Hi, Mackenzie. Hello, hello. How are you? I'm doing well. Super, super busy. Hi, Burgess and Mushi. Is that what I'm reading? I'm sorry if I'm not reading it right. A little bit further from my phone because the lighting is just crazy. And so when I'm too close, it's just blowing me out. So might be a better way of showing myself. But hey, Julianne. It is, oh gosh, it's Tuesday. My name is Rowena and I am the designer for Sojourner Travelers Notebooks and Planners. And I wanted to come on today. It's Vlogmas day 11, right? Yes, I think so. Anyway, I typed it in, but I forgot. Anyway, so yeah, Vlogmas, wow. It's been super fun. However, I will not be doing Vlogmas for the next couple of days. I wanted to let you guys know that because I decided to take my husband on a short trip, and it is one where we are disconnecting from anything technology-wise. And so, yeah, so I won't be vlogging until after Saturday. So it'll probably be Monday. Hi, Maylee times 4. And so, anyway, yeah, wanted to let you guys know that. I'm sorry, I keep clearing my throat. I have allergies. Sounds lovely, yes. And I told him we're going to just have books and games. So nothing to do with work. I am not going to talk about work, nothing. Yes, it is always nice to disconnect when you can. And so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's only 4 days, so it's totally doable. But I'm super excited because it's been a while since we've just gone somewhere we're not doing things or have to do things to go to museums or anything like that. Hi, Robin. And so, yeah, we're not planning to do anything. We're just gonna sit around. And we've never done that actually, so we'll see what happens. I mean, I think the closest we've done is when we went to Pismo Beach a couple of months ago, but even then we also worked during that time, so yeah. Anyway, get back to my topic for today. I wanted to share with you guys something that is pretty special to me, and it's kind of how I got started in drinking a lot of tea. And hopefully you guys have teas or coffee with you. Let me just take a quick sip here before I put this down. It is winter here finally in Southern California. And so it's been really cold. But anyway, the reason why I got started with teas is because I read this book. And I saw her at church. She did a presentation. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with her. Her name is Emily Barnes. And the book is called If Teacups Could Talk. I'm not sure if this is still sold. I will find out and I will link it below later on today. But anyway, what it is it talks about tea. And how many of you guys drink tea? As you know, like regularly instead of coffee. So the very first part, it says here an invitation to tea. If teacups could talk, my house would be full of conversation because my house is full of teacups. And so she talks about tea, how there's some quotes in here, things of what you could do while having tea. There's recipes for scones, for tea sandwiches, all kinds of things. Talks about tradition, the proper way, the traditional Victorian tea, and things like that. And so this really inspired me several years ago, and my daughters were very small. I would say they were probably about 5 and 7, if not even a little bit younger, maybe like 4 and 6. But anyway, and so what I did is, because I was so inspired with this, that I learned how to make tea, as in the, not the one that is, I would get the loose leaf tea, that's what it was. And then there's a proper way of doing tea. I like honey in my hot tea, but I am a creamer and raw sugar in my coffee person. Yeah, I don't do sugar actually. Sometimes I'll put cream. You're very welcome, Suzanne, and hello. So anyway, yeah, so I have, that's how I kind of got started. And so what I did, and that's what I was going to share with you guys before I get too distracted here. So what I was going to share is, because I was so encouraged to do teas, I began to learn how to make teas and things like that. And I would make scones and tea sandwiches and things like that. And so I thought of having a ministry with tea. And so what I did is, I, with my daughters, we would just make, we would invite a mom. And back then, you know, we were busy moms with young kids, and that's the majority of the ladies that I knew at that time. Well, maybe not the majority, but I knew a lot of them that were young moms. And so I thought a good way to teach my children not only how to make tea and how to make sandwiches and things like that, but also to serve others. That was really one of my main goals, was to help them learn how to serve others. And so I thought tea would be a good way of doing it. So we would go all out. So we would usually, yeah, tea time talk. So we would usually invite a mom with her kids, and my daughters and I, prior to, would prepare a whole tea. We would have all the nice teacups. We would have all the accoutrements for tea, and just make a really pretty spread with petals, rose petals, with cream and sugar cubes. Of course, that's what you have to use with proper tea, and things like that. And so we would do that occasionally with moms. I wish I have an album where I would take pictures, and after I would scrapbook it, and I wish I could find it, and I couldn't. I looked and looked and looked. I couldn't find that album. One day, hopefully, I'll come across it. We have a bunch of boxes in our garage because of a fire that we had several years ago, and we never unboxed a lot of things. So I think it might be in there, and I looked, but I couldn't find it. So hi, Maria. Thanks for being here. And so anyway, so we did that for a while, probably for about 1.5 to 2 years. And then we also would do that for their dad. So he would leave for a business trip, and when he got home, we would just have a spread of tea. And I also recall one time we had my daughter in college. She was coming home with a bunch of college girlfriends, and I put a spread of tea, and they were so enthused about it, these young girls, because they've never done a tea before or have gone to a tea. And so it was just a nice time to minister to others. And I still do that at times, but a lot of times I just take them to tea because, you know, it takes more time and planning, it takes a lot more planning to actually make the tea, make the scones and the food that goes with it. So a lot of times I just take people to tea, or I go with them to tea. So anyway, so I wanted to share with you that book, but I also have other books. And what I would do is I would just collect them whenever I would be, like this one I think I bought from an antique store. And by the way, you could buy really pretty teacups and such for like sometimes $10, $15. I have a friend who is from, hi Martina. She is from Georgia, and one time she came out to California, and what I did is and she was a friend from college, so what I did is that I bought these 2 teacups that were exactly alike, and I went to an antique store and purchased them, and they were vintage, or at least maybe not vintage, but they were older teacups. And so I got 2 of the same one, and so when she came, I did a tea for her, and I gave her one of the teacups to keep, to kind of remind her of our time together. So I did things like that, and you know, I think it's kind of fun to do things like that, and to just help make someone's day better. And as I've been talking about, you know, again, yesterday and a couple of days before, about serving and doing things for other people, especially for this time of year, and making them feel special. And so, yeah, so this one I got from there, and this is full of information. And again, let me just read this to you. It says, there's things like holiday tea, tea on the run, afternoon tea, and it gives you a little bit of information. So an afternoon tea, in the British sense, afternoon tea or low tea refers to tea served promptly at 4 or 4:30. It may surprise you, but high tea is quite different. High tea is not served in the afternoon at all. It is in fact an evening meal at which tea and a hearty variety of hot and cold, savory and sweet foods are presented. So there's that. And in children's tea, it says tea parties are fine for adults, but for children, ever since a certain young girl named Alice attended a memorable tea in Wonderland, tea parties have fascinated children. A tea party complete with whimsical place settings and decorations will thrill your children and their friends. Serve a variety of baked treats warm from the oven with plenty of tea with milk and sugar. And so it would have stuff like that. And then again, some recipes, super fun. This is called Angel Victorian Tea Book by Marilyn Weber and Barbara Kincaid. Again, I don't know if you can purchase this still, but maybe they have something a little bit more different that you could find, but it gives you a lot of different ideas. And I almost forgot, I did also, when I read that part about the children, I remember now that I purchased a tea set for my girls, and so they served the tea to their friends in those little teacups. I really wish I could show you guys pictures, because it shows pictures of them doing tea and all that at such a young age. And it's really, really a great way to teach kids to bake, to make cookies, to make sandwiches, and also, again, to serve others. And I think we don't do enough of that, if I may say so. Hi, Laura. I don't think we do enough serving to other people. And so this is just a good way of doing it. And it's fun, so you can serve others while you're also having fun, and in a way serving yourself, because you'll have tea with them. So there's that. This one here, this is by Mary Hampton, and it's called Tea and Inspiration. It says a collection of tea celebrations to share with your Lord and your loved ones. So that's what it looks like. I've not looked at these. I didn't look at it in advance. So again, it says here, wow. It says preparing a proper cup of tea, the finest foods, tea celebrations for everyday occasions, and again, lots of recipes. This one has leek and bacon nuts. One of the tea sandwiches that people always loved is chicken sandwich with bacon bits, not bacon bits as in that fake stuff. Bacon, actual bacon, but pieces, like little tiny pieces mixed in with mayonnaise and chicken. Oh, people love that. And I forget to make that these days, because that's really easy to make. Anyway, so it has ideas on celebrating Easter, celebrating simple trust. So there's little devotions. Oh, it's been a while since I've read this, so very cool. Wow, this is fun. I think I'm gonna take this with me so I can read some of this while I go on my little sabbatical with my husband. So, wow, this is really cool. I gotta read this again. It's been a while. So anyway, that's what it looks like. And then I have this one here called Victoria. It's by Victoria, the Victoria magazine, and it is called The Charms of Tea, Reminiscences and Recipes. This is a really pretty book. Look at here, it's pumpkin biscuits. Whoa, I've never tried that. I think I'm gonna plan a tea soon. I've also had Christmas teas. Oh, and I have to share with you another tea that I did. So it talks about like mint teas, how to actually make some of these teas, a mixture of things. And so it looks like this. And of course it has very pretty pictures. This one is probably still available, I would think. So it has beautiful pictures in here. Isn't that pretty? And then one time I do recall having a tea party for mothers and daughters. So what they got to do is they got to bring their children and also their moms or whoever they wanted to bring, like someone that they felt was like a mom to them. And so that was a really fun one. And one of the ladies, I was so touched because one of the moms, a mom of my friend, and she brought her daughters, 2 of them. Her mom, actually I think it's her mother-in-law that she brought, gave me this. It's from England. And what it is it's a tea cozy. And it keeps your teacup warm. And they use this, it actually came from England. And she gifted me with this. It was, I believe, from her own family. And so that was so special, and I've always kept it. And it's thick, it's insulated. Yes, a teapot cozy. Did I not say teapot? Did I just say tea cozy? No, you don't put your cup. You don't put this over your cup. You put it in the. You put your teapot in it. So anyway, there's that, and then there's this other thing that I just dug up. Thank you, Maria. I love Maria that she corrects me on these things because my brain is all over the place, or I don't have the correct names for things. Like the other day when I said something armed, and it sounded like I'm talking like about weapons. Anyway, yeah, so thank you, Maria. I really appreciate you. Okay, and so then there's this book here, and this I am definitely going to take. Well, maybe I won't take with me on this trip because it's a devotional type book, and I don't want to read all the devotions all at one time. It's supposed to be like a daily thing. And what it is called Teacup, or Tea Time with God. First your arm, not your covering. Teacups. Okay, Tea Time with God. And what I did with this is that I would take time to just have tea, and literally I would make a little tea table and I would pray and just really truly have tea time with God as if I'm having tea with a friend. And I have not done that in so long. I totally forgot about having done that. And this is a book that I would use as I read the Bible, and I would read an excerpt from this. I mean, I'm not saying this is something that I did on a daily basis. It was not. I would do it every so often when I felt like I just needed a couple of hours to just spend with the Lord because of the busy schedule and things like that with the little girl, my little daughters and things at that time. And so it is about time I do this again, where I would just take time and just really connect with God, with my Lord. And so this is a great book. Again, I don't know if you can get this. I will look it up for you guys, and I will try to put links to it. And so this is called Tea Time with God. And so that is basically it that I wanted to share with you guys today. Did anybody feel inspired to do a tea for somebody? You know, having a tea for your girlfriends or boyfriends or husbands, you know, and just surprise them, I think is a cool thing. And I remember doing that, like I said, when my husband would come home from a trip, sometimes we'd do that, but there were also other times when instead of dinner, we would just have tea time. And I recall times when we would be upstairs in my bedroom, which has a really big living room type area. Tea service is such a wonderful self-care ritual. Yes. Do you do that, Maria? And so I would, we would set out like a picnic on the ground, and I mean on the, you know, on carpet, on the ground. I actually have carpet in my bedroom. So on the carpet, we would just set out a blanket, and we would act like we're having tea somewhere else, like if it, because he would get home at night, you know, after work or whatever, and we weren't going to be out there having tea in the grass. So we would do it upstairs, and we would kind of like pretend, I guess. And so that was super fun. We did a lot of those when they were little. And then we would light up candles, you know, and sometimes we would just have, I had this like candelabra thing that you could put like tea, what do you call them, Maria? The little tea things. You just put them on there and you light them up. My daughter and I had so many tea time picnics. Oh, wow. How fun, Ellen. Or is that Eileen? Sorry, I can't read that small. But anyway, and we would sometimes just turn off all the lights. I took the kids to a local tea shop for tea parties when they were young. Yes. So I would, we would just turn off all the lights, and all we would have our candles. Alice in Wonderland's bridal shower for my niece at a tea party and gave teacup sets. It says, oh, how fun. What a great idea. Oh, keep those ideas coming. Tea lights. Thank you. Yes, tea lights. And they were like a, they were there. It was this thing that you could hold, like a candelabra almost. And then tea lights were all on there. We would just have tea lights and turn off all the lights, and you know, anyway, it was so fun. So any other ideas? Are you guys gonna do a tea sometime before Christmas? It's a good idea. Be fun for you too. I think I might have to do that now. And it's also one of those things, I did a bridal shower tea for her. Very cool. Again, it's one of those things where, you know, making somebody happy. If you guys have seen my last couple of Vlogmas, the joy versus happiness, you could make someone happy by doing a tea. And it's so surprising, right? Because no, I mean, that's not a typical thing that we do, have teas in the US. I know in the UK, in Europe, they do a lot of teas. But here in the US, we don't really do a lot of it. My mom and I used to take an old-fashioned, very proper tea house. I remember those times. So much fun and great times with my mom. That is so cool. Yes. They're great memories. So that's why, too, for Christmas, I take the Sojourner girls over to tea. And when we just celebrate special things, we do teas. We go to teas because it's just so fun and it's so different. Not typical, like I said. And so I haven't been to tea with my husband in a long time. So it's something I probably should do with him. He actually enjoys it, you know, because the whole thing is not just having tea and eating the foods and the cakes and all that. A lot of it is just a feeling that you get when you know you're going to just sit down and relax and have tea. There's something about it that just the thought of it, you know, makes you feel warm and fuzzy and just like like a breath of fresh air, you know, and just a restful time. That's how I look at having tea. That's what tea is all about for me. Yes, about time together, yes. And so, yeah. We used to have Victoria, oh, teas and 1 or 2 with 8, so ladies per table was, oh, that's cool. My grandmother always made herbal blends when we were sick. I'm gonna have to go back and read those. Kind of course it goes fast here, but yeah, I'm gonna have to read those. That's our fun information. So in Canada, Maria, do they do a lot of teas? I'm kind of assuming that they do. Anyway, probably more than in the US. But I basically just drink teas. I don't really drink coffee. So, and at Sojourner Studio, we drink a lot of tea. Depends, it's very popular now. Oh, well, when I come out there again, we'll have to go to tea. The Sojourner girls drink a lot of tea. Yeah, we drink a lot. That's our main thing that we drink at work. We in BC are a big tea drinking family. Tea houses with hundreds of blends. Oh wow, oh wow, we have to go. And so yeah, at Sojourner, we're constantly drinking tea like all day long. And even in the summer, we drink hot tea. Tea at the Drake in Chicago at Christmas is beautiful. At the Drake, that sounds nice. I can't remember if I've done tea in Chicago. I don't think I have. We stay at a really nice hotel when we go out there to the Parker House, I think. I heard that that's beautiful, Ellen. And I think the Parker House has, I'm pretty sure they have teas. So I'm gonna have to do that next time we're over there. We go there at least once every other year because my husband has business out there. So I'll have to try that. Anyway, so thank you so much, you guys, for sharing your tea time memories. And I hope that I've encouraged you to maybe use tea as a way to minister to others. King Edward in Toronto does very posh high tea time. Ooh, the Parker House is awesome. Yeah, that's, I love that hotel. It's beautiful. And so anyway, I hope that you guys are encouraged and maybe somebody will do a tea for you. Or maybe that's something you can ask for Christmas from your husbands. If you have a husband, ask your husband to send, to give you a gift certificate or something and to have tea with you. Because I know that sometimes men may, not want to necessarily go and they think, oh, I don't know, you know, that type of thing. And maybe if you could ask for it for Christmas or birthday. But yeah, teas are always wonderful. And so anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go, you guys. Again, I'm not gonna be here for the next couple of days and I will try to start back up on Sunday. And I hope that you guys have a good rest of the week and I'm going to miss you. And do communicate with me through Instagram if you want to. Mark on our first day made me a pot of Earl Grey tea. Oh, how sweet. And but again, I won't be able to answer any emails or any messages, but production is going full throttle. And we're trying to get everything out by the 15th if you place an order by the 1st. But please be patient because there's been a lot of orders. Have fun, vlog every minute of your clog every minute. There's been a lot of orders, and not only that, there were requests, and when we try to fill requests, and lots of emails, making changes, and things like that. You know, we try to accommodate if it's within the time frame, but that also kind of puts us back a little bit. And so just letting you know, we are still really working hard to get all that stuff out, but it may be just a little bit later than the 12th or the 15th. I mean, I never make any promises. I don't guarantee anything. And so we just let you know that we do our best. And so hopefully everything will stop being so accommodating. I know. It becomes an issue because I think sometimes, you know, people want certain things and it really stops production. And we're glad to do it. It's just that not at the risk of being so behind that some of the packages don't get to people with, you know, we don't make our deadline, which is normally 10 business days. But I think most people understand that right now it's the holiday season, and so it's super busy. And I think most people understand. And so we're trying really hard. We're always working to get product out, and so hopefully. And then the new launches, and then having been out of stock on some of the colors, and then it all came in, and so yeah, there's quite a bit of orders. And so anyway, so I will go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you so much for sharing some time here with me. You ordered a pen pouch. Oh, cool. Maybe busy season is not the best time for custom orders. It's not, but it's hard for me to say no to people. But I'm hope, you know, when people want to make changes, I hope that they would understand that because of that, theirs will even get a little bit further behind, because a lot of times we pull them and then by the time we get the information, then we put them back on queue. So, but anyway, we try our best. Have a wonderful time. Thank you, Maria. And thank you guys so much for everything again. Thank you for hanging out, and I hope to see you guys real soon on Sunday. And you guys have a good rest of the week. And as always, keep on documenting life as it happens. Bye-bye.